Good morning, students. Let's see the continuity of ionic equilibrium. In that, almost we completed. Okay. So now, in ionic equilibrium, we have the topic acid-base titrations. It is also concept for IIT Advanced also. In the IIT Advanced, we have the bits from this topic titrations. Okay. So ionic equilibrium, acid-base titrations. Okay. So now what is acid-base titrations? Okay. Let's see here. Before going to discuss about this, what is meant by titration? Okay. Titration. Simple we call also neutralization titrations. Neutralization titrations. Neutralization titrations. Titration means to determine the determination of concentration of the solution its concentration is unknown. Determination of concentration of the solution of measured quantity of by careful reaction of measured quantity of solution with concentration of known concentration okay. Determination is called titration Here we discussed about neutralization titrations. That is titration between an acid and base okay. So let's see the definition. What is meant by titration? Determination of concentration of the solution. Which concentration is unknown? We don't know the concentration of the particular solution. Now we need to calculate the concentration of that solution by careful reaction of measured quantity of solution with solution of known concentration is called titration. That means here So titration means here, listen. Now this is the mark. Now this is called volumetric flask. Volumetric flask. Okay. Now this is another volumetric flask. Another volumetric flask. Another volumetric flask. Okay. Suppose the capacity of this volumetric flask is suppose 1000 ml. Suppose 1000 ml. Suppose it is NaOH. NaOH solution. What is the solution? NaOH solution. Its molarity is suppose 1 molar. What is the molarity or concentration? Molarity or concentration both are same. So that is 1 molar. We know the concentration of this. So it is called now known concentration. Known concentration solution. We know the concentration of this solution. Okay, is it clear? Now come to this one. Now in this, suppose it is 100 ml. 100 ml. Its concentration we don't know. Its concentration we don't know. Unknown solution. Suppose it is HCl solution. HCl solution. So unknown concentrated solution. That means we don't know the concentration of this solution. Okay. Now by using this known concentration of the NaOH solution, we have to calculate the concentration of that HCl solution. We don't know the concentration of HCl here, but we know the concentration of NaOH solution. By using NaOH solution, we can able to calculate the concentration of unknown concentrated solution. Concentration solution. That means we have to calculate the concentration of unknown solution by using known concentration solution. Is it clear, ma? So that is called as titration, the reaction between an acid base. Okay, by this titration we know the concentration of one solution, we don't know the concentration of another solution. So by using this we can calculate the concentration of this solution. Okay, so that is called titration. That is called titration. Write the definition. Here acid base means that is neutralization. So we call it as neutralization, titration. Okay. Let's take the diagram how titration procedure takes place. In the second year we have the practical regarding this. Now it is starts with 0 ready, 1 up to 50 also, 10 ml also measurement, 2, 3, 4 and 49 like that, up to 0 to 50. These are the readings. So now this equipment is called as burette. What we call it is burette. This is burette. Okay. Now the solution which is in the burette up to 0, that means 50 ml we taken into the burette. Okay. In the solution, one of the solution keep in this burette. Now this solution is called as titrant. Titrant means the solution which is in burette. The solution which is in burette is called as titrant. Suppose if we keep NaOH, that is the titrant here. Okay. Now, if we take the conical flask, this is called conical flask. Conical flask. Its capacity 250 ml. 250 ml. Okay. Now we take the 20 ml. 20 ml. How much? 20 ml. Nearly, most we consider 20 ml of solution. Suppose it is base, it is acid. Okay. Now this solution is called as titrate. Titrate. What we call it is titrate. This is called titrate. Titrate means solution which is in conical flask. Solution which is in conical flask. Conical flask. Conical flask. Is it clear, ma? Solution which is in conical flask is called as titrate. Solution which is in burette is called as titrate. In that, one of the solution concentration we doesn't know. Am I right? We don't have any idea about that concentration of one of the solution, that is unknown concentration solution. But for one solution we know the concentration. So now we add 1 or 2 drops of indicator into this conical flask. 1 or 2 drops of indicator. We will discuss about what about these terms indicator. 1 or 2 drops of indicator into the conical flask and shake it well. Now open this valve and release the solution dropwise and dropwise into this conical flask. Now release the solution dropwise and shake the conical flask. Okay, that means the reaction takes place in between these two, acid and base. At a particular time, the mixer undergoes neutralization. It appears some color. It shows some color in the conical flask. That is the completion of the reaction. That color representation is called as, that means the reaction is completed. Is it clear? That is called end point. At a particular point, so acid exactly react with the base, then color of the conical flask is changed. That may be yellow or pink or purple, violet, like that. Okay. Now we can stop the titration. This process is called titration. We can stop the titration and note down the reading. How much ml keep in conical flask. Is it clear? Now suppose base and acid. Now base released into the conical flask. We add indicator into the conical flask, and drop by we add base into the conical flask. At a particular time, the solution which is in conical flask suddenly changed, sharply changed. Okay, sharply changed. Then we stop the titration and note down the reading, which amount of ml is consumed in the conical flask. That phenomena is called as titration. At that point we call end point. What we call it is end point, at which point the color of the solution which is in conical flask suddenly changed is called as end point. That means the reaction completed in between acid and base. Okay, suppose 10 ml of acid is exactly react with 10 ml of base, so then it is neutralized. Okay, is it clear, ma? This phenomena is called as titration. In this method we can able to calculate the concentration of unknown solution. Okay, so this is the equipment. So now this is arranged to the stand, burette stand. We have burette stand, we call it is burette stand. Draw the diagram. Simple. So now this is one solution, this is one solution. One is acid, another one is base. We add indicator into the conical flask and titrate. Okay. At a particular time, the color of the conical flask suddenly changed. That is the end point. We can stop the titration and note down the reading. How much? Suppose 5 ml, 10 ml, 20 ml. How much ml of acid or base consumed in the conical flask? That is the end point or titrate point. Okay? Is it clear, ma, all of you? This is called titration. Okay? In that one, suppose this concentration we know. Known concentration is taken as burette. Unknown concentration taken as conical flask. Okay? Clear? Remember it. This is about titration. So now what is the advantage of adding of indicator? By the indicator it change its color at a particular pH. At a particular pH. So at a particular pH, at a particular concentration, it change its colors. Indicator change its color. That is the end point. So without indicator, we can't identify the end point here. Why? Because there is no color appeared at neutralization point. But in presence of indicator at neutral point, it shows color suddenly. So what is the cause of showing color in conical flask? Due to indicator. Indicator change its color at end point. So I will explain. Okay. So now we know the definition for titration. Okay. Now we go for end point. End point. Here end point means it is the point. It is the point when the reaction between an acid and base is observed to be completed. Okay. So when the reaction between an acid and base, where the reaction is completed, that point is called as end point. So it is the point when the reaction between an acid and base is observed to be completed. Exactly at what point the reaction completed, that point is called as end point. Okay. End point. Okay, is it clear? Indicator. Indicator is a dye or a substance. Dye means color compound. Indicator is a dye or a substance which shows or which change its color over short range pH. So indicator change its color at a particular pH. If pH value changes at a particular pH, it changes its color. Okay, by this color appearance, we can identify the end point in the conical flask. Okay, so where the color changes takes place in the conical flask, when we add 1 or 2 drops of indicator, when the titration of an acid and base at a particular pH, it changes its colors. So now we can stop the titration, note down the reading from the burette. Okay, is it clear? So indicator is a dye or a substance which change its color over short range pH. Okay, or another definition, indicator is a substance which is used to determine an end point of titration. Okay. Generally indicators are organic compounds. Generally indicators are organic compounds. Indicators are weak acid or weak base. Weak bases. Weak acid or weak bases. Okay, is it clear? Simple, at end point at a particular pH, it changes its color. Then we can easily identify the reaction is completed. Then we can stop the titration. That's enough. Okay. Next, equivalence point. So the reaction takes place acid and base. So at a neutral point, what happened? The reaction completed between acid and base. That's enough. Equivalence point. It is the point when reaction between an acid and base completed theoretically is called equivalent point. As per balanced equation of an acid and base reaction. Okay, that is stoichiometric equation. Stoichiometric balanced equation. Okay, so theoretical means, so in the equation form, suppose acid base interact, which gives salt and water. So we balance the equation or not? We balance the equation. That expression is called as theoretical expression. Theoretical balanced. Okay, so completed theoretical. So if we show that reaction as in the form of equation, it is balanced. Am I right? Equation is balanced or not? Suppose an acid and base. Suppose an acid and base which gives salt and water. It is a neutralization reaction. These are the coefficients, am I right? Now it is a balanced equation. Now this expression is called as theoretical completed neutralization reaction. At neutral point or end point, reaction completed between an acid and base. Okay, so it is a balanced equation. That is theoretical completion of reaction. Is it clear? This is the balanced equation. That end point is called equivalence point here. So if we can show the reaction as in the equation form, that is called as equivalence point. At equivalence point, the reaction is balanced. Okay, all stoichiometric coefficients are balanced. Okay, so simply you should remember, indicator is a dye or a substance. When we add in the conical flask 1 or 2 drops at a particular pH, it colors itself. Suppose in acidic medium, suppose in the conical flask acid is there, if we add phenolphthalein indicator, it is colorless. Okay, it is colorless. Now this This acid titrate with the base which is present in the burette. At end point, the color of the indicator changed as pink color. Then we can stop the titration. That is the end point. In acidic medium, phenolphthalein indicator color is colorless. At a particular pH, at end point, its color suddenly changed to pink. That is the end point. So without phenolphthalein indicator, we can't identify the end point. Okay, you should remember that. So indicator is useful to identify the end point. Simple. By the indicator, we can identify the end point. By its color change. By its color change at end point. That is the advantage of add-off indicator. Remember this. Okay. Simple. What is titration? Titration, here we are discussing about acid base. So many titrations are there. Redox titration, complexometric titration. We know no need about that. Okay. So here we discuss about acid base titration. That is neutral titration. Simple. We know that we have two solutions. One is acid and one is base. Another one is, in that we know the concentration for one solution. We don't know the concentration of another solution. Now by using known concentration solution, we can able to calculate concentration of unknown solution, concentration of another solution. By titration method, we take the burette. This is the burette stand. This is the burette. We keep one solution in the burette, and in the conical flask 20 ml of another solution, add 1 or 2 drops of indicator, and we go for titration. That means release dropwise into the conical flask with shaking in the proper shaping. At a particular pH in the solution of conical flask, indicator change its color, then we can stop the titration. That means the reaction is completed, and note down the volume of solution which is present in the burette. That is 20 ml or 30 ml or 10 ml. Okay. Then based on that volume, you can calculate the concentration of the unknown solution, unknown concentration solution. Remember that. Okay. So now pH for indicator. pH for indicator. pH for indicator. Okay. Let consider a weak acid HIN as indicator. That is HIN is a indicator. What type of indicator? It is a weak acid indicator. Weak acid as indicator. Okay. It is a weak acid. Okay. Now this indicator, when dissolved in water, it offer one proton to this H plus. Here it is weak acid. This is base. Am I right? Base. Why? Because it is accept H plus. Okay. Now IN minus. Am I right? And H3O plus. Okay. Clear? Or this can also represents HIN. This is indicator. IN means indicator. H plus and IN minus. Okay. Now this is indicator. Now it is undissociated. Am I right? Undissociated. There is no dissociation here. Undissociated undissociated indicator. Suppose its color represents C1. What is the color? C1. C1. Suppose the color C1. It has particular color that we taken as C1 color. Now it is ionized form of indicator. Okay. So ionized form of indicator, it has also particular color that is taken as C2. Color C means C. Color 1, color 2. Okay. So indicator ionized here, IN minus. It is undissociated indicator. Before dissociation it has one color or colorless. After dissociation it has particular color. Is it clear? That difference must be here. Before and after adding the solution, color should be different. Remember that. Now this is the equilibrium reaction. Am I right? Why? Because forward backward reaction takes place. It is a reversible reaction. Am I right? That means at equilibrium, at equilibrium, now equilibrium constant Kin, we take as Kin, or indicator constant we call equilibrium constant, or Kin is indicator constant also. Okay. Now apply law of mass action. So what is law of mass action? How to write equilibrium constant expression? We know very well. So now equilibrium constant Kin is equals to molar concentration of products and their stoichiometric coefficients as power. Am I right? Here 1. Here it is 1. No need to write here power. And In minus, am I right? And molar concentration of HIN. Okay, is it clear? Here we need to calculate pH of indicator. So this is equilibrium constant. It depends on only temperature only. Remember this. And from this, what is H plus Kin into HIN by IN minus. Am I right? Now apply log on both sides. Apply log on both sides. That means log H plus is equals log Kn plus log HIN by log IN minus. Am I right? Now again it is log A by B. Log Kn plus log A minus log IN minus. Am I right? Is it clear? IN minus. Is it clear, all of you? Is it appeared or not? So write up to. So we have the expression, apply log, after log, the expression is log H plus log Kn plus log HIN by IN minus. Is it clear, ma? Now again it is in the form of log A by B. So log Kn plus log HIN minus log IN minus, am I right? This is log H plus, clear? Okay. Now apply minus on both side or multiply with minus on both side. So minus log H plus minus log KN minus log HIN minus of minus plus log IN minus. Here we have base 10, am I right? Base 10. Remember that, base 10. So minus log H plus means PH, am I right? Here minus log KN means PKN means, okay. Now write this one, log IN minus to the base minus log HIN by to the base 10, am I right? Now log A minus log B, how can write this? PH is equals PKN plus log A by A minus B. That means log IN minus by log HIN, am I right? Clear? This is weak acid and it is conjugate base, am I right? Conjugate base, remember this. Okay, this is the expression. So this is the expression, pH is equals PKN plus log, this is ionized indicator minus, so ionization, it is unionized indicator, am I right? Clear? This we need, very important. Remember this also. Conjugate base, weak acid also. Suppose here conjugate base, weak acid, that is also correct. Okay. So if concentration of IN minus equals HIN, then what happened? Both are equal. Log 1 means 0. Then pH is equals to pKa in this expression. Not pKa, pK. KIN, this is IN, KIN indicator, KIN indicator, simple. KIN, okay. Simply remember PKIN. Here also PKIN. Is it clear, ma'am? So finally, here pH is equals to PKIN. Okay. So this we need important for the calculation purpose. Okay. So we have the relation H plus ion concentration is inversely proportional to pH. That means more H plus, that is less pH. Okay. Is it clear? Here we have the condition pH is greater than PKIN plus 1 PKIN. So pH is greater than means, that means H plus ion concentration is less, am I right? H plus ion concentration, what is the expression we have? HIN gives H plus and IN minus, am I right? H plus ion concentration means reaction takes place. At product concentration decrease means reaction forward, am I right? Forward according to Le-Chatelet principle. Le-Chatelet principle, am I right? So listen carefully. In this pH is greater than PKIN plus 1, suppose pH value is more means pH value is more means inversely proportional. H plus ion concentration is less or not? H plus ion concentration is less. Why? Because pH is more. So that means H plus ion concentration means that product concentration is decreases according to Le-Chatelard principle. Then the equilibrium position shift towards to forward direction. That means product side. Okay. So now which color is appearing? What is the color of this one? C2. What is the color now? So color C2. Color C2 is appeared. Ionized color is appeared in the conical flask. Okay, clear? C2 color is appeared. This is C1. So other point is pH is less than pKin minus 1 here. That means pH is less. pH is less means that is H plus ion concentration is high. H plus ion concentration is high means that means product concentration is high. Product concentration is high means reaction moves towards backward direction. That means it give HI ion, backward reaction. Am I right? Backward reaction according to Le-Chatelard principle. Le-Chatelard principle. Am I right? Here H plus ion concentration is more then reaction moves towards backward. That means H ion concentration is increases. That means which color is appeared? Which color appeared? That is C1 color. C1 means color 1, color 2. Suppose green color is there, green color appeared. In the C2 red color is there, red color appeared. Okay? Is it clear? So Le-Chatelard principle also applicable here. Remember this. Simple. What is Le-Chatelard principle? At product concentration increases, reaction moves to backward. If reactants concentration increases or product concentration is decreases, reaction forward direction. Product concentration increases, reaction backward, or product concentration decreases, reaction forward direction. Product concentration is high, reaction backward. Product concentration is low, reaction forward. Okay, is it clear, all of you, everyone? So that means color changes is very, very important or not at end point of the titration. After adding into the conical flask, before adding of the conical flask, it shows one color. After adding into the conical flask, at that point it need to show one color. Okay. This is indicator. So what property it needs in the titration? Suppose it has color C1, H plus and In minus. This is color C2. This is ionized form. This one is unionized. Okay. So when we add indicator into the conical flask, initially its color is C1. There is no change. It may be colorless or red or blue or yellow, whatever it. Initially there is no color. So when we add dropwise from the burette at a particular pH, it change its color. That means in the ionized form. At ionized form, its color at end point, that is ionized state, its color is C2. It must need before and after, and at end point its color is C2. It need to change, and before its color is C1 in the unionized form. Otherwise we can't identify the color of the end point of the titration. Am I right? Before titration in the conical flask, it shows one color. During the titration at particular end point, it need to change its color. Okay, that is remarkable color differences we need. Okay, For indicator, remarkable color change must be in the titration. For identification of end point of titration. End point of titration means where the reaction exactly completed, okay, or neutralized. So how can identify by the color change? Okay, so color difference are must. Okay, for indicator remarkable color change or color difference must be made in the titration for identification of end point of titration. That is one of the characteristic properties of indicator. Simple. Now we have the burette. Okay. Now in this burette we have base. Here we have acid. In this titration, suppose we add phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein indicator 1 or 2 drops. Now this color before titration colorless. At end point, its color is pink color. At end point, phenolphthalein was pink color. In acidic medium, initially its color is colorless. That is the color difference. So when it changes pink color, we can stop the titration. We note down the volume of the solution. Okay, is it clear? Remember that. Okay, students. Again, we will meet on tomorrow. Have a nice day.